Hello, I'm back with another video. Today I'm drawing some Stardew Valley characters chosen by a random. Spin the wheel. So, why am I doing this? Yeah, um, okay, I have actually recorded this video with voiceover in real time, but then it was too long. It was about an hour and about 15 minutes, more than that. And I thought that and it became like very large file. It's what 13 GB. And I also started rambling too much, so I didn't like like that. I do like the voiceover I gave, but it was that it was all over the place and there wasn't a structure, and it can get confusing because I didn't go for app descriptions sometimes, or more in detail descriptions about things. So that's why I decided to do a second voiceover. So today, I'm going to talk about Stardew Valley, my experience, and I guess that's why I started talking. Otherwise, it was supposed to be an ASMR video. So I've been playing Stardew Valley for a while now, and I, I would admit that I am obsessed with it. So it's a bit unusual because I'm not the farming game kind of girl. I don't consider myself a gamer. So if things get too difficult, I don't play them. I stopped playing the game. I did it in the past with games which were easy in the beginning, and then they get difficult. And I thought that farming game probably would be a bit more relaxing. And I was super stressed out on the day I bought the game. But because I did not think that I would enjoy it, but I've heard so many good things about Stardew Valley. So, and especially I really appreciate Concerned Ape's efforts on making the whole game by himself from scratch. I think that's quite admirable. So um, I've had even though I thought I wouldn't like it, I've had it in my Steam cart for a long time. And then I decided one day that I want to play a game, but I don't want to be stressed out about it. So I thought I should play Stardew Valley. I mean, I'll give it a go. I often give things a go, and if I don't like it, I just let it be. So I bought the game. Um, my first impressions were the music was pretty good. I was quite surprised because I I like having music in games. I enjoy them, and I found I don't usually turn them off. That's been a complaint from my family members that whatever I play, I always have the full music on. So they usually complain about that or like tease me with that. But I generally these days I kind of turn the music off because after a point when I'm too engrossed in the game, I find it a bit annoying. It's just a me thing. When I'm like trying to focus too much, I find everything annoying. So I thought that would happen with Stardew Valley too, but surprisingly, I really like the game. Although I've turned it off right now because I'm like watching a movie and playing Stardew Valley at the same time to maximize my free time. So I kind of turned the music off, but I still have like the animal sounds and the ambient music off. It gives a feeling that I'm still in like a farm. So I get that swooshes of wind, the cows mooing. I kind of like that all. Then when I was creating my farm, I was going through all the farm options available. I didn't want to go for a standard farm, and do you know which farm I actually went for? I went for the beach farm, um, because So it turns out that beach farm is not supposed to be for beginners. It was for advanced players, and I didn't know that. Maybe I don't know if it was because of that, or maybe because I'm new to farming games in general. Uh, I had a tough time when I started the game. It was I couldn't figure out what to do because like um, there was there were so many things and I didn't know what to do, how things worked. And before I knew it, I finished year one, because before I could figure things out. And that was when I decided that I would not rely on my knowledge of the game or trying to figure things out in the game, but I'd go out into onto the internet and look at some tutorials, tips, advice, tricks, and everything. But now I think I'm a bit overwhelmed with all that, so I'm going back to not knowing anything um, about the game. The beach farm experience was quite good. I liked the fact that I can live on the ocean and I can just go to the sea every time I want. But there were a couple of things like I didn't know we could just use the sites to break the cardboard boxes that wash up the shore. It took me about a year and a half to figure that out. This is in game time, okay? And I know that it's a bit costly. I guess something's gonna happen in year three, but I don't have enough progress. I don't know if that will trigger or what will happen because of that. Um, so I learned it about like year and a half that you could break those boxes. Then the second thing I figured out like somewhere in year two that there is like a area in the beach on the beach farm where you can actually put sprinklers. I didn't know that because like in the description on the beach farm it says that on the title screen it says that beach farm sprinklers don't work. So that was fun. I thought that, and I started desperately clearing trees after that. I think that was also fun. But my most fun experience in the whole game is foraging. I really love like randomly walking around and picking up all the items, and oftentimes they usually used to sell for more compared to things I grew. Not everything, of course, but you need to consider that I was doing the basic farming. Every time I play farming games, I think the fact that I have to farm was something which I dreaded. I did not like that much. But I guess in Stardew Valley, I get to do so many other things apart from farming, and that kind of made me stick around. Now I kind of maintain an active chicken farm and a barn. I might actually sell all the chickens though after year three, or like somewhere in between year three. But I'm very grateful for them for providing me a niche and helping me develop my economy on game. Second thing that happened was I didn't know how to save the game. So there was like I was playing day two on the farm and I decided I couldn't figure out how to save it. So kind of exit to the title. I thought that that was gonna save it. It was probably gonna auto save. So but it did not. Later on I found out that like then I checked online. I guess I started looking online on day two. So I looked at an online I verified online how to save the game, and then I found that you practically save the game by how is it again, yeah, by going to sleep. So that is something I felt like, it would have helped if there was like a save feature, because sometimes I'm in the mines and I don't want to come back all the way back home to save the game. But I did abuse the save system quite a bit in year one. So I used to go out, do all my checklist of things, and it's about like 11 p.m., 11 a.m. or something, And when I found out there was nothing else to do, I would just come to sleep, so that I could just move on to the next day. I think that kind of hurt in real perspective. It kind of hurt me in the game because like I passed through year one very quickly. So that was good, I guess. And then let's talk about the pets. So I got a cat, and as I was saying that there was like an issue with me um, saving anything in the beginning. So basically, I had everything configured for my farm. I mean, based on whatever I liked, because I thought I wouldn't look at any tutorials to figure out what was the best thing to do. So I had everything on the farm, on the title screen, configured to the farm I liked. My avatar, persona, everything was set up, and I picked a dog. And then I did not save it, so the farm never got created. I went back to title screen, and then I had to like create everything again. So in my hurry, when I was creating the farm a second time, I learned that I accidentally did not change the pet. Um, I mean, I still like my cat. I think it's cute and it has really nice expressions. The only thing is that I really wanted a dog in game. I actually created a second farm recently so that I can have a dog. But turns out that I, it's funny, I again forgot to uh, change the pet from cat to dog. Yeah, I did that. So I might have to create a third farm for it. And my second farm, you would think that once I've realized that beach farm is for advanced players, so I should pick something basic. But turns out I picked out a wilderness farm because I found it very interesting. I wanted to figure out what was going to happen. And it did happen. After 7 p.m., monster bat started attacking me when I had no weapons with me. And I cannot play that. It's too much for me. So I kind of quit the second farm in between. That's the level of how much I was obsessed with the game, I guess. Yeah, enough about the farms. Now we are drawing villagers today. Today, I think I was picking random villagers from Stardew Valley. I have butchered a few of them, made a few of them quite young, and I think overall I'm happy with the results. I was using the markers I had, watercolor markers, to color them in the end, and I don't think I picked the right colors for anyone. But it was an attempt. This was my first time drawing all the villagers, and it was quite fun. I mean, it was a bit challenging in the sense. I guess when I was drawing Haley and Pam, it was still, my hand was warming up. So I think even Willie might have experienced a bit of that. So Willie's drawing did not turn out as good. But I think what I really liked after that was like starting from Mayor Lewis. I think I warmed up quite a bit. So I drew them much better, I guess. Although I think Leah's sketch was the most beautiful one. I also don't like how my current ballpoint pen works. I thought it was the issue with the paper, but turns out that was the issue with the ballpoint pen, because when I switched ballpoint pens somewhere in the middle of my sketching, it turned out quite well, and I guess I need to change the pen I'm working with. So, my friendship with the villagers or the barn animals, that's a huge topic. So basically, you can think of me as living a reclusive life. Um, so I kind of hide everything which I don't like on this drawing. Forgive me. But so basically, I don't interact with them much unless, and I think the person who I interact with most is Mayor Lewis, or Robin, and surprisingly Demetrius. Um, I was just doing my own reclusive chores one day, and then figured out that somehow Robin and Demetrius are quite good friends with me. So, yeah, that was a bit of a surprise, but no one in the game. I was not able to befriend anyone else in the game, or including the farm animals. I could not befriend them. It was a bit, how do I say, surprising. I don't know why. I mean, I almost thought it was a bug until one of the barn animals, just right before winter, um, said they loved me with half a heart. I don't know how to put it in better words, but they had like half a heart which was filled. That's when I found out that that was not the issue. So, but now that winter's in full force, I've lost that half heart too. So now I'm back to zero hearts again with everyone except for Robin and Demetrius. And Linus, surprisingly, he likes me with one heart. I've been trying to bump him up so that I can get one of the gifts from him, I guess. But that doesn't seem to be happening. I just can't figure out how to do it. And when we are talking about friendships, I should talk about Shane, because poor guy, I've been giving him random gifts unintentionally, and I don't know why it always happened to him. Every single time, whenever I gave accidental gifts out, it was always Shane, and I don't even know why. So I kind of developed a dislike for him after that, after a while, because every time I give him a gift, albeit accidentally, there wasn't anything he liked. Uh, Although the gifts were also quite weird. One time I gave him, I think, a geode. The second time I gave him something similar, like a bat wing or something. So they were also pretty random. So it's also partly my fault, but he never had anything nice to say. I think, like, when I gave someone else a gift, they were like, which they did not like. They were like, okay, that's okay. So that was a little less harsh, I guess. And Haley, I was trying to find an amethyst for Emily for one of the quests, and I actually had a stock amethyst. Uh, so, but the moment I was going to give it to, once I accidentally gave it to Jody instead of Emily. Then the second time, I was going to give it to the right person. And just before I gave it to Emily, Haley comes out of nowhere and she takes a gift. And then I had to wait a couple more days before I could go back into the mines, find an amethyst, and then give it to Emily. Yeah, it was a bit frustrating, because I guess kind of somewhere along the way I started rushing the game so that I could get the maximum benefit. I guess I became the thing that they call min maxer, in a way. No, not completely. I didn't embody that full wholly. So part time min maxer, I guess. But then I think now that I've played this far and I'm almost at the end of year 2, I think that it makes sense, for me to not worry about um, the time that's passing. I mean, there isn't much I can do, and to be honest, I was playing Stardew Valley to relax, and somehow I ended up stressing myself out on what to do and how to be more efficient. Uh, so yeah, so basically, I'm gonna go back, chill. Maybe it takes me 100 years to get to where I want to be in the game, but I'll just take it one day at a time. So that's my current Stardew Valley experience, and to be honest, it's quite a bit of fun, and I've been enjoying it. Um, and maybe I'll draw the villagers from the rest of the villagers maybe sometime in a different video. So that's all I had to say. I hope you have a nice day or night wherever you are, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.